Okay, so this will go up as take it or leave it, number five. And I'm going to do things a little bit differently this time. Same strategy, same everything, except if I hit a loss of 1,000, I'm going to drop back to a minimum bet and then switch to a higher. I always like to say higher rent, but of course it's not rent. It's a high value or higher value table, and play off the down and out at a later time. And I will accumulate, I don't know, somewhere around 3 to 5 of those sort of postponed turnarounds before I do that, to make it worthwhile to move or reset. This is what basically will happen: is that I'll reset this thing, and start a new game at what is going to represent a move from sort of like the regular pits into the hallowed halls of high roller territory. So anyway, I know that this will end up as a win. Well, I'm pretty confident it'll end up as a win, but I never know for sure, and I do not know anything about what's coming from this strategy. So off we go. First bet. Oh, bugger. Those high value pushes are just so. Blah, blah. Yes, that was never going to work, was it? So 51. Excuse me. 2, 3. All right, so that's good. So that one's turned around, and then back to the min. That's a +1. What a waste. 51. Oh, tidy. I was waiting for a 5 up there. I think that's back to the min. The last one. Yeah, this whole business about table limits, of course, is, people just tend to think of them as being, I don't know, convenience or protection for players, or separating the low rollers from the high rollers or whatever. But what they actually are is a defense mechanism for the casino's bottom line, because they know that progressive betting can beat them, will beat them again and again. Um, and there's just so much absolute BS that's promoted by the casinos through their mouthpieces, many of whom have got channels on YouTube. Another plus, I do believe so. So I think that's going to be a repeat, isn't it? Are you supposed to pull up a 10 there, man? What's the matter with you? 2, 3, I think. Could be good, could be bad. Oh, it couldn't be worse, could it? Well, it got better. For sure. Okay, so back to the min. Well timed. And of course, when I say well timed, I don't mean timed with foreknowledge, with some sort of, like, I don't know, inspirational, whatever. It's just accidentally well timed, but not exactly accidentally. I mean, it's a difficult thing to get across for some reason. Perhaps because it's so simple. It's really not complicated at all. +1. That'll probably work. +1. Oh, good. I saved the 10 for the whiz. Very clever. Repeat that one. Oh, 2-3. Uh-huh. Okay, 5-3 drop. 5-3 is the bet on the table. Could be good, could be bad. All right. 5-3, we lost the double down, so that's if I lose this one, it'll get saved. 11, 12. So this is a turnaround that's going to make us or break us. It's not looking good, is it? Oh, okay. Well, how about that? And this, of course, is, anybody who understands blackjack, who plays blackjack regularly, knows that that kind of thing happens all the time. And what I hate to see when I'm watching these gambling channels on YouTube for research purposes only, because I certainly don't find them entertaining. I mean, who the hell thinks that gambling is a spectator sport? Come on, it'll be sex next. Oh, wait a minute. Oh dear. It's beyond belief. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Well, I haven't had to run away yet, but who knows? That's rubbish. Ah, well, that made it a bit better, didn't it? I guess that was a plus, I think. All right, so that's 1-2. Oh, 3-4 third. That was dreadful. Oh, I wasn't too good either, was it? 7-4 drop. Okay, 9-4. 7-4 it is. 3-4. All right, that put us back on the plus side. $51. Second. Repeat. Oh, look at that. Caught a dealer's doodad there. Back to the men. We haven't had to run away yet, or we haven't had to suspend a turnaround yet, but it's going to come. I guarantee you that. Double for the loss. Those repeat. All right, minimum. But it's funny about this whole slow business, because like I said in the last demo, on my spare laptop, which I haven't used in years, I just dug it out and thought, well, let's see what happens if I go on to, and by golly, Turbo was there. So it's definitely something that there's some sort of cookie that the Wizards website has put onto my computer, I assume, which has sort of disqualified me from Turbo. So I did finally get around to sending Mike Shackelford an email, but it went to the place. It's called admin@wizardofodds.com, and I have a feeling that doesn't land anywhere near Mike. Double for the loss. Huh. Double for the tie. Sorry. Push. Oh, just made that one. All right, so that's a repeat. Excuse me, 1, 2 second. We'll take it. Minimum. This is actually rather disappointing so far. There's just been no need to run away. And there often isn't. I think this is something that people don't understand very often, is that, the pressure doesn't arise, the pressure isn't there constantly. The patterns that are dangerous are not there all the time. You just have to know how to deal with them when they come along. But you can't say that they're anomalous or rare because they are a constant factor. But they're not a continuous factor. Let me try and put it that way. Ace would be good about now. That's not an ace. It's a bloody good try. Oh, that's what I like to see. So that's a repeat. And the reason I repeat hundreds and fifties is that I won't accept a turnaround turnaround profit of less than 100 if the bet is 100 or more, and if it's less than 100, then I repeat because I won't accept a profit, a turnaround bonus, if you like, of less than 75. So that's what that's about. Okay, so now we're back to the min. That is not going to make money. Double for the loss. Yeah, see, if I hadn't hit that 12 against the 3, then the dealer would have caught the 6 and I had 20. So, there's wisdom to all of the basic strategy, which by the time this gets through the editor will be, as usual, on the right-hand side. Not looking promising, but it got better. Plus another one. Ew. Okay, I think that's 1-2 because there weren't any wins behind it. 3-4, third. 7-4, drop. Okay, so 7-4. That was a drop. So that's 11-4 now. 13-4. This is not looking great, is it? Ah, that's good. Okay. So 994 now because we just got 4 back. That's a help. So that's 6 back. So it's 3-4 now. Oh, gracious me. I was just waiting for the 8 up there. All right, so now keep in mind that we started out with a buy-in of 5,000 here, so we're 2,625 ahead in 15 minutes. And now we're into our second shoe. Okay, back to the minimum. I usually stand on a natural. I don't know about you. Yeah, this extra, this number up here, the premature number at the top, and this stand on a natural, that they need to be fixed. But I think that Mr. Shackelford is out of the business, basically. I think he probably works from home or works from the Dolomites or the whatevers, the what's it called, the El Camino de Santiago de something or other. But he does get out and about, that's for sure. So it's 50, so it's 51 second. Or should it have been 1, 2? I don't know, 51. Okay, that's a repeat. All right, back to the men. Yeah, this has turned out to be a soft session, but the plan is that if I have to, I'll I'll do what I described, which is to just bank or postpone the turnaround, the high value turnaround, and go back to a minimum. But it just hasn't arisen yet, which surprises me, but not desperately. Another one of those. Next time, wait till I've got 1,000 out there with you. 3 in a row? Was that 3 in a row? Oh, is this going to break a record? I've never done more than 3 in a row, and I've never seen a dealer get more than 3 in a row. Will this be the 4th natural? No. Ah, it's up there. I think we just repeat that. Split them. Double down. Oh dear. This is going to be expensive, I think. Another double down. Christ. Another double down. You believe it, and then he's gonna get 20. Bust! Bust! Damn it. Okay, so that cost us 600. So I think it was a repeat. I'm not sure. I'm going to find out eventually, aren't I? When this is played back. But I think it's 7-8 now, and it's probably the 3rd. Blackjack up there. So you're in a sort of be careful. Be careful of what you wish for. 7-8. So now we're at I get my rollover now. 7-8, 15-8 in hundreds. 6-5-2-5. So we're still ahead. We're 1,500 ahead. I'm going to postpone that one, and we're going to start just pretend that it never happened. That's the sort of thing that will occur, of course, is that then all of a sudden you get an easy win like that. +1. 51, second. Repeat it. Split. Isn't that what usually happens? 51, so we double for the push. 52 now. Okay, so that's good. Minimum. Plus one, no, double for the push. Okay, well done, 2 up there. It's a repeater, I think. And that's back to the min. Double for the loss. Well, 1, 2, third. Excuse me. That's good. That is unbelievable. Well, no, it's not, because this is blackjack, so it's completely believable. But oh dear. 1, 2 again. 3, 2 drop. It was a waste of time. Just right. 3, 2, 5, 2, 3, 2 it is. No. Yeah, I think that's actually enough, because we doubled it. We were 3, 2. Oh, I don't know. I think I better repeat that one. That was a bit lucky. Don't get luckier up there. Thank you. Okay, back to the min. Yeah, that 6 card 21 up there a moment ago was something else. Okay, so I think we're on 2, 3 now. Third. Oh dear. Ha! Thank you, wizard. Plus, no, double for the tie. Uh, 51, second. Bugger. Double for the push. Well done. Looks like I may have to start a new, what do we call it? That's rubbish. That's rubbish. Well, at least we got saved. +1. 10 will be fine. All right. 7, 8, 9. Yeah, there's that rule again. 7 and 8s together seem to sort of they'd be magnets for 9s. And 7 and 9s are magnets for 8s. It's one of those strange mathematical rules of the universe. I can't remember what I'm doing now. I'm plussing in my head. Well, that may not be right. Okay, I think that must be a repeat. So now it's 2, 3, third, I think. Oh dear. That worked. Okay, so we made 3,800 here, and we've got a dangling turnaround of 15,800. Excuse me. So I'll play out this second shoe, hopefully without incident. Oh, 51. Double it. All right, back to the min. +1. 51 second. Oh, nice one. Repeat it. Oh, I like that one too. Any dealer 22 is right by me. That's why I absolutely abhor these games with dealer 22 as a push. I mean, it's just so. I'm checking the cheat sheet here. It says split them at sevens. Oh no, sevens. Sevens to 7. That's right. All right. Well, that's not a lot of help, really, was it? So 51. Uh-huh. 2, 3 is the third. Oh, that's good. I like that. So currently we're 4,512 ahead with a dangling turnaround. Haven't quite finished the shoe, so minimum. Okay. 1, 2, third. Well, that's annoying, isn't it? Okay, 1, 2, third. Pum, 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 pum. drop. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 2, 5, 2. So 5, 2 it is. Now 3, 4. Excuse me, so sorry. Oh, 7, 8. Okay, so we got another. So now we got two 15/8s. That's kind of nice, isn't it? So 15/8. We got to do that twice. And over here we've now got 8, 3, 3, 7. So now I'm going to rejig this one to a higher table limit. All right, it gets a bit messy for you guys, but okay, 100 to 20,000, let's say. 100 to 10,000. All right, so we have a different, see, it's all up here. So now we got 15/8, but we start with a drop in each case. We've got two of these. Okay, so now we've got 12/8. That's not good, is it? All right, now we got 4/5. Well, that's already a turnaround, so we leave that alone. Excuse me. It looks like a 22 up there. Okay, so that's one of them disposed of, one of the 15/8s. Okay, so we drop back to 300 now. And we got 1 15/8 left to deal with. So we're at 15/8 with a drop of 300. By God. 18/8. The last one went a bit too easy, didn't it? Oh, that's a help. 18/8. So it's 4/8 now because we got 4.5 back there. So 4/8. Oh, this could be difficult. Cross your fingers. Oh God! Don't talk about rubbing it in. Oh dear, oh dear. 4/8. So that's got to be. We just lost 16. So that's got to be 20. 25. Really, hasn't it? Excuse me. I beg your pardon. Yeah, all right. Well, I mean, you can, if you want, you can say, well, that was just blind luck, or you knew it was coming, or you can come up with all sorts of excuses for why this strategy can't possibly work. But the annoying thing about it is that it just keeps on working, right? And the lecture I keep on giving, and it might be getting annoying. It's certainly getting boring for me, but I have to keep saying it because I have no idea if somebody's come along for the first time or the 20th time or whatever. But, the way this whole thing is set up is you're striving all the time to have an amount of money out on the table which will make as big a difference, as give you as much benefit as possible. And so constantly pulling back and throwing little rocks at the bad guys instead of using your bankroll as one huge weapon that you pick up if you need to and whack them. This is how it's done, and this is the only way it can be done, or at least that's a sort of rather arrogant thing to say. I know what I'm trying to say, and I have said many times, and the friends who I have discussions with about this all the time will back me up on this. I've never said that this is the best strategy in the world for house table games. I've never said that it's unbeatable. All I've ever said is it's the best that I know of. If there are better ones out there, that's great. I'll be delighted to see them. I will be very excited to see them and to abandon this one and go to something better. But watch these losers, these professional losers on YouTube, and you will see they're not using any kind of strategy or indeed any common sense whatsoever. They're all in the business of making it seem exciting to play like a prat. That's what it comes down to, and so this is counterintuitive in some ways. It's counterintuitive in the sense that it's not what most people are built to do. Gamblers are built to take risks, to consider huge risk excitement. I mean, there's one guy in one video who says, "Oh, when I got a big amount of money out there, I get it real hard on." I mean, it's just, it's so self-destructive. But this is what the whole house of cards, pun intended, is built on. Is the impetuous, erratic, emotional, irresponsible, reckless attitude of 99.99% of all gamblers. And so I make no apology for doing something different. So we won 3,900 over here, right? We blasted out our dangling turnarounds there, so they were taken care of. So we got 3,900 in profit over here, and we got 3,337 from the last one. So that's a total of 7,237, which is about average. It took a bit longer this time, 38 minutes, but that's because I was wittering, as usual. So, once again, all I can say is take it or leave it, folks, but I'm giving you good advice based on a very long time gambling in Nevada. And, of course, I never thought of it as gambling. I always thought of it as playing. In much the same way that the gambling community, the authorities, the regulators in Nevada don't call it gambling. It's called gaming. So there you are. Nevada Gaming Commission, etc. So I will see you next time, and thank you for sticking with me. And we won again. Damn it, this is not supposed to happen. So here we are again with another Excel analysis, and this is for the blackjack session that you just sat through, if you did. If you did, I'm grateful. I hope it provided you with some useful information that can help you kick your play and your success up a notch. This particular set was not horrible by any means. 63 wins, 51 losses. I mean, you're looking at a quite clear player advantage here. And the charts here tell the story pretty well. I mean, look at this. The red line here, the flat line, or the actual value line, is just quite clearly player friendly. and we can see from the dark green line, which is the algorithm, and the light green line, which is the way that I actually bet, keeping in mind, as always, that the algorithm does not make mistakes and I do. And if I played like an algorithm, I don't think I'd enjoy it very much. Maybe I would, because I'd keep winning, but who knows? Sort of beside the point, really. But basically, what we're looking at is that I won. I had it slightly more than 7,188, but it was just a difference of maybe 100, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. I might have got a 50 wrong somewhere along the way, or whatever. But we're looking at a solid performance from online reality, as I call it. You can see it named down the bottom here. And of course, a similarly solid performance from the algorithm, which I never touch. I just let it get on with it. Things to look out for here, especially, and I say this in every one of these. Just check out the win-loss patterns here, and this is the essence. This is the heart and soul, the engine of pattern betting. And pattern betting is progressive betting, obviously, but it's not a martingale, because a martingale is exactly as the casinos portray it, and they attack it frequently, and they have their performing clowns on YouTube, the professional losers, every so often. Like they will say, "Oh, let's try a martingale. Oh, that's real stupid. That doesn't work." So they're just doing as they're told, basically. But yes, a martingale is a lousy idea. The difference between the martingale and pattern betting is stark, and that is that pattern betting stops you after a while from doubling down anymore until what I like to call a win trigger comes along, and then you bump your bet back up to something that bears a relationship with the depth of the hole you're in. This is always so important. I always talk about it. I'm probably boring a lot of people shitless, but it's what has to be considered if you want to beat these games rather than being beaten by them. And of course, the most important message of all is you must go into these games with a big, and let me say it again, big bankroll. Because if you don't, you will get murdered. You'll get murdered by these red nasties here that can drain you, bleed you. It's the right color, right? Bleed you dry. What you'll see here is in this particular couple of shoes, I think it was 4 shoes altogether, but not whole shoes. There were 2 whole shoes, and then a rollover, and then a switch over to a high rent, high roller table to clean up a couple of, I think they were 15 to 8 down and outs. But if you look here, you see, okay, there's a bunch of losses here in a row, and then bang, 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 lots of wins, which would have turned you around. Same here. The worst was minus 6. Well, actually, that would devastate most people on a crappy budget who are flat betting and just betting stupidly, dumbly, betting the way the casinos want us all to bet. Like we're out to have fun. It's excitement. It's free booze. It's Las Vegas or wherever. It's just, I don't know. What can I tell you? But anyway, 6 losses here, was it? Yeah. And then bang, 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 bang. You get a whole bunch of pluses, and then more pluses there, and then sort of here, and then offset, and that's how it works all along. And if you're betting smart, if you're doing the right thing, then every one of these, even here, every one of these will turn you around, and turning around is what we're about, and that's what these green horizontal lines are all about. These are all turnarounds. They're essential. And the most important thing as far as turnarounds is concerned is when you turn around, go back to the minimum bet. Don't be greedy. don't be stupid. That's what it comes to. Over here, the most successful turnaround, I think, this time was. Oh no, that doesn't make sense. I've done that wrong. Obviously, I've got to fix that. All right, so I just looked into that, and in fact, I mean, if you look at this whole thing, there just weren't any really bad sequences. I mean, this one was pretty nasty, but in the end, it was just a -1 session, which I don't count as being anything worth worrying about. There's another -1 here, and all that says is that there were this number of wins and losses, and in the end, at the end of the series, when we turned around, we were only one bet behind. That's not worth sticking into that little box up the top, so that's why that wasn't updated. So you can see anyway, 7,500 for the algorithm, 7,188 for the human being, me. Not bad at all. One thing that I'm doing in all of these things, as you know, is, or if you've been with me before, is just taking a look at card counting. And here we have 7% of the total winnings came from negative deck value rounds. 77% came from neutral, which is 0 to +1 rounds, and 17% of the winnings came from +2+, which means the deck value is +2 or higher. Not great. I'm not in the business of attacking card counting as such. I'm in the business of monitoring it. That's really what I'm trying to do. For the algorithm, the negative deck value was 7%, -7% because there was a loss. Neutral was 58%, and +2+ was 49%. So that's pretty decent. Here we're looking at the martingale, which I kind of threw in for a bit of a joke. It's not exactly a martingale, a standard martingale, but it's close enough. And I just like to keep an eye on it to see how well it would have performed. In this particular instance, less of a win, considerably less action, which means less risk. Although it's actually higher exposure, but you would think from lower action like that there would be less risk, but it doesn't always work out that way. 4,425 as a percentage of the total action for the martingale, 40%. Pattern betting, the algorithm, that is, not me, 27.5%. So back over here, down to here, and let's go over and have a look at deck values. 7%, 77%, 17%. I think I just did that. So, like I always say, take it or leave it. And I don't really know how to do these things without some sort of narration. And then, of course, as soon as I start talking, I go off at tangents and the whole bit. So sorry about that, but it's the package, all right? At least it's free. Think about that. And at least you have the opportunity to skip and speed up and mute me. So let's not complain about it too much, eh? And if you stick with me on these things, you really will learn stuff that will help you beat games that have been beating you up to now. So, I can't promise you that you'll never lose, but I can promise you that you won't lose nearly as often. That's one promise I'm willing to make. And the other thing is, of course, I'm not promising you that if you do screw up and lose, I'm certainly not going to be digging into my pocket to get you out of trouble. That's part of the reason, of course, why it would never occur to me to sell a strategy. Because if you do, and it fails, then somebody might actually think about suing you, and that's ridiculous, But anyway, there we are. That's it. All right, folks. Yet more numbers for those of you who have the stomach for them. I mean, I don't really understand how anybody would even think about going in for these casino games, putting good money down without knowing the numbers. But there are lots of people who don't, and I doubt that any of them are going to find their way to either of my channels. That's for sure. But anyway, I could be wrong about that. But this is the 5 recent sessions, the take it or leave it sessions combined. So we've got an algorithm win overall of 36,600. There was a big bet at one point, 10,000. That's what it takes. Every so often you've got to dig deep to beat back the bastards and get yourself out of trouble. Let's see. Overall, it was flat. For the 5 so far, no house advantage, no player advantage. But we've managed to win 36,600. The algorithm has won 36,600. And if you look down here at the win loss patterns, I mean, look at that. This is what pattern betting is all about. As I keep saying, if you believe in the patterns and if you react to the patterns, and don't try and predict things, don't try and second guess the shoe, don't do anything dumb. Just go with the flow, and sometimes you'll get into the groove really nicely and everything will work perfectly. And once in a while you have to work a little bit harder than you would prefer. But as you can see from the flat line here, this was a horror story for a bit, went all the way down to minus 27, then started to get player friendly, then turned nasty again, and this is the sort of pattern that you get all the time. This is the way these games are. They talk about the odds against you, against a sensible player at blackjack are less than 1%, closer to half of 1%. But what they don't talk about are, the bad bits, the volatility, the awkward, nasty spells that last for way longer than they should, at least according to some, but they're just completely normal. All of those things are completely normal. So if you have tons of money behind you, you can get through that. If you have a shit bankroll, which is basically what the professional losers on YouTube have behind them, mostly they just, they'll sort of say, oh yeah, well, my buy-in today is $30,000. Well, if you're betting $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $30,000 is not enough. You hit a bloody bad patch, bang, you're dead. Because you can't spread wide, and that's what you have to be able to do. So this is why you need to think about, back off from a table that's unfriendly, that's nasty. Don't bend over is the rule. Just, back away. It's not going to hurt you. It isn't necessarily going to make things better, but it won't make things worse for sure. And you don't know that the shoe that you just walked away from isn't going to turn around. That's just something that you just have to shrug it off. Don't look behind you, look ahead. Sometimes it'll be better for you and sometimes it won't. And in this session that just ended here, you saw, I put off, there were 2 15-8s, a down of 15 and an out of 8. And so I set those aside, dropped back to the minimum, played out those 2 shoes in full, and then bang. Oh, and there was one rollover, I think so. There was a third shoe that was only partial. And then I took, I set the whole thing up again so that it was imitating a high roller table. And bang, we got our 2 turnarounds, and we were out with money in the pot, in the kitty, in the bankrolls. Because this is the thing: the bankroll needs to get stronger, stronger, and stronger. And if you work at it diligently, I mean, my friend in California, who is in the trenches playing baccarat at least 3 nights a week, he's built his bankroll from about 2,000, which is way low. I mean, way low for a $25. I think maybe there the minimum bet is 15. 2,000 is not enough. But on the other hand, what's he going to do? Is he going to not play? He's doing incredible work for both of us. I mean, for all of us, actually, because everything that he produces will go online eventually, and you'll get a chance to evaluate it for yourselves. But he's doing amazing stuff with Baccarat Win Pro. He's made some modifications to pattern betting, which I welcome, because I've never said this is the best strategy in the world. I can't afford to say that because it would be nonsense. and I try diligently not to talk too much nonsense because it's just nonsense. So anyway, there you have the situation. What else can I tell you about? Everything has been pretty good. The expectation for for a zero like this is no money. And if you were random betting or flat betting against a zero data set with no advantage either to player or to the house, then your expectation is to break even. And in fact, we made 36,563 here. And what did we do down below? I've forgotten now. A lot. 89,500. That's what I've made playing against the five sessions that I've put up so far, and I'm dead chuffed with that. I think it's great. I'm very pleased. I don't know. You've got to make your own evaluation. You decide if you want to keep on betting the way that you're betting. If you think that the fun of gambling is to just fly by the seat of your pants, well, good luck. You'll probably lose your pants, but well, hopefully you'll have some spares and a suitcase up in the room, and you can go home with pants on. But you certainly won't make any money if you bet randomly or you bet flat. Then say goodbye to your bankroll.